We're giving a jersey from the one and only DJ. Whoever subscribe, like, and comment to this video on YouTube.
Signed jersey.
Signed jersey too, nice.
If we get to the finals, there's no way I'm going back to America without a championship. No way.
Compared to like maybe 5 to 6 years ago, is it the same thing or is it more or less? Like the pay?
Guy, my president, I have to give him all the credit because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. That's a tricky question. God, that's a hot seat question right there. In Libya, I got paid crazy money. It was ridiculous what they gave me out there.
Dwayne Jackson, I'm so happy to have you today. You played in Lebanon for years now. You started with Homentmen. You also played with Chanville, Sagesse. You also played outside of Lebanon in Bahrain and Libya. Welcome to the podcast, DJ.
Thanks for having me, bro. Thanks for having me.
How are you doing today?
I'm great, man. I'm great.
Dude, how does it feel being in Lebanon after like 10 plus years maybe? Being in the same country and I feel like maybe this is your home right now.
Yeah, it's definitely like home away from home. But it's a little different from back then, you know what I mean?
Right. In what way?
Far as the money, 150,000 was $100. Now, I don't know, they give you 3 million Lebanese for 100. It's crazy.
Right.
Far as the clubs, the nightlife, it's not as lit like it used to be.
You know, that being said too, DJ, how about the pay for players? Because I never asked a pro player that, grew up overseas and playing in Lebanon, are they actually paying you the same amount of money they used to do before, or is it more? Because, the country is not doing great, but I don't know about basketball.
I mean, basketball, it varies. If you're a good player and the club really wants you, they'll pay you a good amount of money monthly, you know what I mean? But some players they stay stagnant. Not speaking for myself, but ever since I've been in Lebanon, my pay was increasing. Then it was the same for a minute, but I always made good money here. That's why I love it here.
Okay, so compared to maybe 5 to 6 years ago, is it the same thing or is it more or less? Like the pay?
5 years ago, and now I was making more money 5 years ago for sure.
Right. Is it because you feel like age or time related, or it's country situation?
Not for me. It's like Guy, my president, I have to give him all the credit because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. So when he calls me, I know my worth. I know I'm a high paid guy, high level guy, but I'll take a pay cut sometimes to come play with him because I know he'll give it back on the back end. He'll take care of me. So
right. So you probably sacrificing a little bit, money, but you're getting comfort and you're getting security in the country.
For sure.
Yeah, that's a good way. And what about Lebanon compared to other places? Because you played in Bahrain and you played in Libya too. The pay in Lebanon compared to the other countries, how is it?
Lebanon pay is great. Libya pay is great. Bahrain pay is great. But it's all about your worth and what that president and coach wants to give you to come win for their team. Because in Libya, I got paid crazy money. It was ridiculous what they gave me out there.
Okay. But did you enjoy it over the money? Was it worth it? The money was worth the experience?
Yeah, definitely. Because I wasn't even there that long. I was only there for a little over 30 days at that.
Okay.
So it was a quick championship run. I won it both times going, so it was worth it.
So usually small amount of contracts, they pay you more than big contracts. Now you're staying with Homentmen probably the whole season, right? Since you started.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
A small contract in Libya, which is a 30-day, 1 month, was it because it was short, they pay you more, or it doesn't matter?
I guess because it was short, they paid more, and they were trying to win. In that short period of time, they're trying to win a cup and a league championship. So that's why they pay you that type of money.
You know why I'm asking you? Because I had AT, Termajok, on the podcast, and he stayed with Sagesse for 4 to 5 weeks. And I asked him, like, why are you, like, behind the scene? I asked him, hey, bro, why are you staying only for 5 weeks? And he told me this is how the business works. So I was like, what does it mean? I didn't ask him because,
Uh,
you
he's
know,
saying this is how the business works because sometimes, like some teams, they'll sign the player. Not they'll already know that they're not going to keep that player for the whole season. They might just want that
mm,
player to get through like a game or two while they work out a real contract with a player that they really want. You know what I mean?
mm,
So
yeah.
sometimes they could sign you for game to game contract, day to day contract, month to month contract. It's all different types of contracts.
Okay. And how's the plan B works? So let's say you're on a contract, small one in Libya. Did it happen to you like the contract was canceled? They don't want you anymore, and now you don't have any plan B. What do you do?
That never happened to me though, so I don't really know. I guess a plan B will be your agent get to work and market you to other teams and other countries.
Uh, wow, that's pretty interesting. Look, you're a contractor for most of your life, but on a long-term contractor. If you
Yeah,
if
for
you break it
sure,
down, if you break it down as simple as that,
for sure.
that's great. So DJ, take me back a little bit when you started in the States. We were talking. You told me you're from DC, Washington, DC. How was it there, and how did you grow up and started basketball, and what challenges you faced there?
Growing up in DC, you face a lot of challenges. I grew up. I didn't know my father. It was just me, my mother, and my brothers and my sister. I have four brothers, one sister, and I picked up basketball late. So I didn't start playing basketball until I like was in the seventh, almost eighth grade. Before that, I was just
Okay.
with my family, just outside, just being I guess, a bad little kid running around. But when I picked up basketball, a guy took me in, and when I started playing basketball, that changed my life. Basketball changed my life forever.
Mm. So you mentioned like not growing up with your dad. If you don't mind asking, like what happened?
I guess he rolled out. He wasn't there.
he just gave up. He left. He's
Yeah, I
like, all
guess.
right, I'm
I mean,
out.
I didn't really get into it growing up. As I got older, I didn't really get into it. I wasn't one of them kids that was looking for and wanted to ask my mom all these questions because my mom did everything. Like, I guess I mean, I'm not gonna say I didn't need my father, but I guess she just filled that role.
Right. I was having conversation also with someone here in the States, how hard and different it is growing up without one parent. It can affect
Yeah,
like especially a dad. It will represent like more the man part of you or the strong part of you, and then he disappears which is your mom. It's more like emotional and affection and all of that, and you still made it and play basketball.
for
So
sure.
that's it takes a lot, man. And what
Me and
about
my
play?
brothers.
Yeah. So your brothers, they play too basketball?
Nah. I mean, when we were growing up, we all played sports. We all played a little football. We all played basketball. But as they got older, no, they didn't play any sports. I'm the only
Right.
brother that graduated high school. Only brother that went to college and graduated. So I'm the golden ticket, I guess.
Okay. And what about college? So you went to college there in the States. Can you tell me a little bit that experience?
I went to Morgan State University, MEAC school. It's in the MEAC conference. College was amazing for me because when I was leaving high school, I didn't have any college like recruitment or anything like that. So after high school, I didn't know what it was. I just thought basketball was just gonna be it after high school. But then I played one summer of AAU basketball with
Okay.
Triple Threat team named they're called Team Takeover, and that actually changed my life. I started getting college calling me, telling me that they wanted to give me scholarships to come play college basketball. So that actually changed my life.
And you played in the NCAA Division 1?
Yes, I played Division One. I went to the NCAA tournament 3 times. Won the MEAC two or three times.
That's a good memory. That's a long time ago for you.
Yeah, for sure. Because I graduated college 2013.
Nice. And what about playing? So, playing in college, how was the chance to get drafted to the NBA? Like, did you actually plan it or worked for it, or you were just playing college and whatever
No, I
happens?
wasn't working to try to get drafted to the NBA. I was just playing college basketball. I was just happy to be there. I was just living in that moment. And then I had one of the best college coaches ever, one of the best coaches of my life, Todd Bozeman. He just prepped me for anything to come with this sport.
Nice. So, and then you played overseas, if I'm not mistaken. Like your first contract, professional contract, was overseas,
Yes,
correct?
in Europe, Bulgaria.
Okay, and how was it there?
It was different. Like, first off, I wasn't making good money. I think it was a 7 month contract for 7,000. I think I was making $1,000 a month. And in the first 2 3 months, I think they owed me 3 months. Like,
Wow.
so I wasn't getting paid. So I'm calling home, telling my brothers, telling my friends, like, this can't be professional. Like, this is overseas. This is what all the guys were talking about. So they were telling me, like, thug it out, thug it out. My agent telling me thug it out because I actually was playing really good. So after that, I was just like, I thugged it out. Long story short, I thugged it out. Then the agent telling me, like, he's going to make me a 6-figure guy. Like, I'm going to be making so much money next year. And then the next year, he came with like a $3,000 a month contract. And I'm like, that's not 6 figures that you were talking about. So I definitely was about to give up basketball. But then my friend brought me a better agent. So I fired my first agent. And then this agent came in. He just had so much swag. He's like, Jackson, oh my God, you're an amazing player. I have a contract already in Lebanon for 100,000. I'm like, whoa, 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 wait, what? I'm like, okay, where do I sign? He's like, no, we're not signing that. That's little money. So
Ooh,
long
okay.
story short, I went with him and he changed my life.
Okay, so it was yeah, so you struggled first, but then it made sense when you start struggling.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I went through a struggle first for sure.
Yeah, because you're playing basketball like $1,000 a month or $3,000 a month. It doesn't make sense
Not a,
compared to 100,000 a year, right? That's what
yeah.
I'm. Okay,
And that's not
so
even a year. That's in 10 months.
10 month, 100,000. That's good money. I mean, in
Yeah.
Lebanon, no taxes,
No
cost of live,
taxes.
cost of living is not that expensive. That's good money. So, question: what do you do with that 100,000? So let's talk business a little bit because as a basketball player, I never ask anyone what do you invest and how do you manage your monies. You know, when you
Back
start
then,
playing.
back then, if we're gonna be real, back then, what I did with that 100,000 was blow it all,
All right, just partying, getting drunk, probably, and
buying whatever, shoes, clothes, helping family, just doing
right,
everything. Not,
right,
man, I was young though. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying. That was my first time really having some real money to myself, like that I
Mm.
made. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You have that extra, push or extra happiness that oh, okay, now I can make money, I can spend money, you know?
hmm And then it's like your first 100,000. You like, oh man, I'm gonna spend this, and I'm gonna just go get more. I'm gonna just go get more. But you have to be smarter. That's not the smart way. Now that I'm grown and I'm older, that wasn't the smart way at all.
Mm. Right. What about now? What do you do with it?
Oh, now I have a couple businesses. Me and my family. I have a black truck business. I have an auto spa business. So now we just put into the business.
Is it based in the States?
Yeah, it's based in the States.
Okay. And you run it from Lebanon, or is it like someone taking care of it? You just put
I
money in
have
it?
family taking care of it, and I also be in the mix when I can.
Nice, man. Nice. That's a good one. And you bought a house, if you don't mind, in the States?
Yes, yes. Me and my wife, we have a house.
Okay.
I pay mortgage, yes.
Great. You live in Lebanon, paid mortgage in the States. That's not fun, but yeah.
But my wife
Okay.
is in the States now, though, so.
Okay. Okay, great, man. Yeah, that's a good way. That's a good way to invest. Business. The more you invest, the more you grow. And buying a
for sure.
house,
And I
that's pro-
also live in Lebanon for free though, so
that's another good point. And probably food is free, right? So they give you like
no,
stipends
food
for.
is not free.
Oh, it's not free. Yeah,
Roasters is expensive, everyone. Look at me when I tell you roasters
yeah,
is expensive.
dude. You know, I was in Lebanon. I was in Lebanon what 2 months ago, and
hmm
roadster is so expensive. However,
But
it's
it's
still
so
good.
good.
Exactly. Like they upgrade every time they, do a new burger or a new something, but it still tastes so good. What's your favorite burger there?
I have to go with the double smash BBB burger.
Okay. I never tried that. I usually have the mighty chicken. You know the mighty chicken?
Next time you in Lebanon, tell them DJ sent you. You need a double smash.
Okay, I will do that. They have a mighty chicken with, I order extra honey mustard with it, and it's dipped in barbecue sauce. Man, this thing is so good. So much fat though. But
Nah, for sure.
on a
For
cheat
sure.
day, it's ridiculous. DJ, I was watching you playing with Sagesse a couple years ago. I think it was 2018, and what I love about it when I watch you play, it's more entertaining, and I feel this is part of your character. And I think you were playing, I don't know against who, but it was 2018. You did like a reverse dunk. It was all the way on social media, and you started dancing and all of that. Where did you get that character from? Like being a little bit fun and entertaining. So when I
I mean,
watch you, I
I
enjoy
always
it.
been like that all my life. Like I always been like a funny class clown type of guy, and I'm full of energy. And I love basketball. Like this, I really love this game. So when I'm out there, I don't even plan to be do them dances. Like I don't say like, okay, if I do this today, I'm gonna do this dance. Like it just comes. Like and
But
with the
that
shimmy,
reverse, right? Go ahead.
Lebanon just that was just something I started, and then I was gonna stop doing it. But like, it's like when I came back to Lebanon, like the fans are upset if they don't see that shimmy dance after a three. So I have to do it here.
Mm, yeah, right. I also like that reverse dunk. That wasn't an easy one. So what if you missed? You know what I'm talking about. So how confident are you like doing this? So you're doing that in front of fans and everyone and Lebanon where basketball is big, but what are the chances if you miss that one? You know what I'm talking about?
That was my go-to dunk. Like I feel as though like I could have did that dunk with my eyes closed, and I still can. So it's like I don't ever see me missing that, especially in a game with fans.
Yeah. You get the excitement. Yeah, that's the thing, man. I feel like if you close your eyes right now and do it, you will actually make it. So
hmm
repetition and
Yeah, that was
confidence
like
about
one of my
doing it.
favorite dunks. Definitely one of my favorite
Yeah.
dunks.
Yeah, that was nice. That was very entertaining. I can watch this all day, man. I mean, it was so fun. So DJ, you played with, incredible players from Fadi Al Khatib to right now. Even young players right now playing like Jad Khalil, and other players. Who do you feel is the most, valued player in Lebanon or you played with?
The most valid player that I have played with in Lebanon. Fadi
Yeah.
Khatib for sure. He's the real deal.
Okay. What about Fadi and Wael? They're different. How do you feel about it?
I also play with YL too. Reality Dubai tournament.
Correct.
But they are different players. But I mean, both of them are amazing. Both of them are amazing. But I still have to give it to Fadi because like what we did, me and him together, it was crazy.
Right. And do you feel, and I was wondering, do you feel like Fadi Al Khatib in his prime could make it in the NBA?
Yeah. I feel as though if anybody's ready when the opportunity presents itself, that they'll be successful. And I feel as though he would have been ready when the opportunity came.
So his level is so good that he can at least have a chance to make it to the NBA.
For sure.
Okay. That's great. I mean, at least I'm proud from a Lebanese standpoint that he can make it. But the thing is, with the NBA, you need a lot of connections. Like it becomes like connection. It's more a system too. Like a lot of players are drafted from colleges. It's not like if you're good and playing overseas, you can still make it to the NBA. But you're already in.
Even with YL, he had a shot. Like he was with Dallas Summer League, NBA Summer League, but with all the politics, but like he still was ready when his time came. Like he played amazing in the Summer League.
Yeah, right. And it takes a lot. Like, and that's the thing. NBA or it's a business, and it's a big business where you have to be on top of it all the time because you're just a number that they want you to be a good player when you step on the field. It doesn't matter if you're one day good, one day bad. They want you all the time good so people can watch it.
For sure,
And
you got to be consistent.
And I feel Lebanon is not that intense. If you have good connection and your reputation is good, you just play. What do you think about it?
I feel that. But Lebanon competition is definitely a high level. It's one of the highest levels. They have some of the best locals in the whole Middle East.
Yeah. And you can see from the international standpoint, like Lebanon
For
is
sure.
doing great internationally.
Yeah, they definitely came a long way too.
Right. So do you play with any like international team or no?
No. I never signed with an international team.
That's
Dwayne
too much.
Jackson is available.
Why not Lebanon? You never thought about it? Since
Uh,
since you grew up in Lebanon, I mean, you lived here.
I mean, my first years when I first came to Lebanon, like my second year, I think they did ask me, but the money has to be right for me to sign with someone national team because if you sign with a national team, you can never play with no other national team. So the money
That's
has to make sense.
That's a good point. Usually they pay more than a club is paying. Like how does
Yeah,
it go
way
national
more.
team? Okay.
Because you got to think when you playing with someone national team, this ain't for their little club or their big club in the country. This is for their whole country.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. So you probably need a good amount of money to sign with
Yeah, it has to
Lebanon.
make sense. It has to make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering because AT used to play with Lebanon, and I asked him this question, and he's like, I don't know if he's coming back, And then I didn't ask him why a lot or the money part of it, but he said he want to try to play with the South Sudanese national team, but I don't think so he can because he already played with Lebanon. But the story behind it is I feel like you should gain a lot of money because if you have another contract overseas and the national team asks you to play but the money is not there, probably not going to play. Yeah. So what do you think about Homentmen this year? Do you think you can win it?
Yeah, I feel as though we can win it because the way the league is, like it's gonna go different when everybody has to go to two imports. There's no more three on the floor. Playoff basketball is a little different. You know what I mean? So I feel as though we do have a chance. We just have to make sure we have a full team and we stay healthy.
Okay.
As
What
long as
about the
everyone
what about
stay
the local
healthy.
Lebanese players? Because I was watching Homentmen when you guys started, and Jimmy Salim was doing great first when Homentmen started, and then Jad Khalil went up and down, but now he's pretty playing pretty well, and I'm a big fan of his basketball, and he was on my podcast too. And of course, there's you two playing great. I mean, still at this point, you're scoring like 30 points. But what do you feel about like the importance of the Lebanese player in the team? Because if you go to Riyadh, they have the best locals.
For sure.
Beirut, they have very good locals too. What do you feel about that?
Yes, Riyadh and Beirut definitely have the best locals in the league, but guys like Jod, Jimmy, when the time come playoff basketball, if these guys stay consistent, these guys are they're killers. They're real life killers. It's not about up and down, Jod being up and down because Jod has been playing great to me this year. Gio has been playing amazing to me. He's the best big in the league if you ask me local wise. So it's not like long as their confidence is there and they stay consistent and no one is scared of who they're playing. If we have to play Riyadh, if we have to play Beirut, if we have to play Jazz, don't worry about it. Any day, any team can be the team.
Right. That's the good thing about sports. It's purely like mental and situational. If you're hyped to win a game, like you can,
You gonna fight?
like Anthony won against Sages and Riyadi. Like this is ridiculous. Who thought about this? You know,
Nah, for real.
that's crazy, man. And I know the assistant coach, and he told me like this is a dream. You know, he
Nah, I
literally
believe
told
him.
he told me this is a dream for us. But hey, we're new, we're babies, so we're just working on it and keep
Yeah,
going.
long as you got some fighters, no matter what their age is, they could be young, they could be old. As long as they ready to fight, you can do some things.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about playoffs. Playoffs is a different game. You're like,
Yeah, I love playoff basketball.
yeah, I like the system about it. It's like brand new thing, and you're just fighting. DJ, what about coaches in Lebanon? How do you feel about them in
Um,
general?
all the coaches that I played for in Lebanon, like I had no problems with none of them. All of them are amazing guys. None of them ever did me wrong. I never really got into a fight or a big argument with a coach. Like I'm a professional at the end of the day. I come here to do a job.
Yeah, that's excellent, man. I love to hear that from foreigners. They're like, we're here to do the job. We're not here to create like problems and change systems. We're only doing
Yeah.
job, you know?
Yeah, I'm not that guy at all. All my years here, you never heard of me being a wild guy, a guy that's bad in the locker room or nothing like that.
Yeah. Well, that's a good mentality. And what about who do you prefer as a coach? Like, if you want to pick one coach you play under him, who will be and why? That's a tough one, man.
Yeah, that's a tricky question. God, that's a hot seat question right there.
We're getting into
I
the
don't.
juicy stuff right now.
I don't think I can. I don't think I can answer that question without.
Right, give me two or three.
Okay, I can give you. I can give you three,
All right. I can
and it's
see in your
not.
eyes. You're like thinking. You're like, man, should I say this or no?
It's not in the Pacific order. It's not in Pacific order. But my three Lebanese coaches will be Coach Joe, who coaches me now.
Right.
I Coach Fuad,
Okay.
who's not here,
Okay.
and I have to say Sarkis. I love Sarkis. Me and Sarkis in Libya, he was amazing.
Oh yeah, he coached you in Libya, right?
Yeah, we won it.
Wow. Oh, wow. That's great. Yeah, Sarkis, I heard he's the best motivator. Like
Nah, he's a really good coach.
he can give you full motivation, and I heard it from a couple of players. Like he's on top of it, and good choice to start with the with Joe, honestly, because he's your head coach right now. So
Coach Joe's my guy.
we can't say anything about it. And why Fuad?
Cause I play with Fahad too, and the way he coaches, like he motivates you with that money. Like it's like, come on, DJ, let's go. You win, DJ, I pay you. Let's go.
Okay.
Like I make sure you good, DJ. Like he just motivates you.
I love that. Money is not everything, but money is a good source of easy motivation.
For sure, especially
like
for
easy.
basketball players.
Exactly. I was watching one time a soccer game, and it was, here in the States, it was a college game, right? So I was sitting just behind the coaches and the staff and all of that. And I heard literally the coach, like a sub, he was 80 minutes. They still have 20 minutes to go, 10 minutes to go, and they need a goal to score. So they put in a striker, and he told him, hey, if you score, I'll give you a better scholarship. Like literally, he told him, like, if you scored that game, I'll give you a better. I was like,
That's
damn,
crazy.
that's the best motivation I can get.
Just
Like
imagine Saudi Arabia in the World Cup when they beat
right,
the number one team and the bonus that they got.
ridiculous, man.
What did he tell them? Like they beat them, then they like, oh yeah, everyone gets a Wraith. Like what?
And you're talking about Saudi Arabia, where there's a lot of money. Like money is ridiculous there,
Definitely.
especially right now in soccer, like football. Like they're bringing the best players, Cristiano Ronaldo, Karim Benzema, Neymar, and they're bringing them like crazy amount of money.
Nah,
And
definitely.
then on that day, by the way, when Saudi won against Argentina, that was Argentina. That day is a national like holiday in Saudi Arabia.
I was playing in Saudi.
You were there?
Yeah, I was in Mecca. I was playing with Al Weda Club.
And you watched the game there when that happened?
Man, they went crazy. They went so
Ooh.
crazy. We didn't have practice the next day. He gave the whole country off. No one do nothing. The country's closed. Everyone's off. Like it was crazy.
They probably gave basketball player raises.
Like it was crazy.
Nice. Yeah, that's the cool thing about sports. Like money is a good source of motivation. Now you should love the game for sure. And I was watching also another like podcast about a crazy excellent soccer player, and they literally asked him like, "Why you chose soccer and do you still love soccer?" He's like, "Yeah, I love it, but not a lot. I mean, it's a good thing, but the money was great, and it was Eden Hazard, like great, phenomenal player." And he's like, "Yeah, the money was great, and now I don't watch soccer anymore." He retired, zero soccer, like no soccer. And if you watch all those Brazilians, they get like fat and overweight, start drinking after their
Yeah.
career. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Just because they're done with soccer and
They
they
living their life now.
you feel you're going to be like this or no?
No.
Do you still want to do basketball whenever you retire?
Yeah, when I retire, I'm gonna always still be around the game, no matter if I'm coaching it, training, doing something with the game.
Mm. You see yourself as a coach?
Yeah, I could be a coach
I think you'll be a really coll coach, man.
for
Especially
sure.
with especially with how you look and you going in the field, man. That would be dope.
For
That would be
sure.
dope.
I'm gonna
What
think
about
about it.
right? What about your worst experiences overseas? What was something that you're like, man, that was so bad at a point where I want to quit overseas?
Um, I can't say I had an experience overseas where it was to the point I was like, "Whoa, I'm gonna quit." Maybe Bulgaria, my first year out, not knowing what I was going into, not knowing that a team cannot pay you and just walk around like they don't owe you money. I guess yeah, maybe my first year in Bulgaria.
That's crazy, man. And was it a Division 1 team? Was it like the best, the
Yeah,
number
it was.
1 league in
Yeah, it was. Yeah, number one league.
Man, that's crazy. I went to Bulgaria once. It's a very cheap country,
Yes, it
and
is.
like food is nuts. Like I went out, I had like fish with lobsters and all of that. It was like $5. I'm
Yeah,
looking at my
it's
friend.
very
I'm like, "Are
cheap.
you serious?" He's like, "Yeah." So I think like money wise it's not a good country to make money.
Or maybe I was just in a bad situation.
Yeah. And how was the like basketball level?
The level of basketball was very high. Like I loved the basketball there. It was very high, very professional.
Mm.
3 practices a day. Like you have weights, morning practice. You go home, eat lunch, maybe take a nap. Then you have to go back for practice. It was very professional.
You had a bad luck, maybe. Bad
Yeah,
experience
I
or
was
bad
just in
luck.
a bad situation, maybe.
Yeah. DJ, how's your day like right now? Let's say you have a game, and how do you prepare for a game? Like the day before, the morning of the game, prior to the game.
Um, Day before, we're gonna have our practice, the last practice before the game. Walk through, tighten up, make sure we ready. That night, I'm gonna go home, shower, make sure I get me a good dinner, watch my TV shows or movie, whatever I'm watching. That morning, I'm gonna wake up, brush my teeth, get me some breakfast. It all depends on what time the game. Now, if we have a 4 o'clock game, I maybe don't eat breakfast before a 4 o'clock game. Maybe like
You
some
don't eat.
fruit. Nah,
You
I
don't
don't
eat
eat.
breakfast.
I maybe don't eat sometimes before a 4 o'clock game. I don't need nothing on my stomach. Maybe like some fruit, something small. But now, if we have a 7, 9 o'clock game, yeah, I'm gonna eat breakfast. Maybe have a big lunch. I'm not gonna eat before the game. I never eat right before the game because I don't want to be heavy. I want to be light.
Okay, but wow, that's impressive. If you have like a 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock game, you don't eat anything. You wake up,
Oh, a
water,
two
and
o'clock game. I know I'm not eating nothing at a 2 o'clock game. No way.
interesting. So you said big lunch if you have an 8 o'clock game, 8
Yeah,
p.m.
yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a big lunch around about. I'm gonna eat lunch. If it's an 8 o'clock game, I'm gonna make sure I eat around about 4:30.
Okay.
Eat. Then we have to be at the gym maybe like an hour and a half, 2 hours before the game, no matter whatever you have to do before the game. And then also I might have to go to Miami for my wake up session. So I'll have a
Miami,
wake up session
Miami Fitness
for
Factory.
sure. For sure.
Nice. Okay. Great one.
Shout
yeah.
out to Miami Fitness.
Who's your coach there?
Rafa.
Rafa. Okay. I don't know Rafa. But I think the owner is Amir, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was chatting with him on Instagram, and yeah, man, this guy is solid. What he did in Lebanon and what he did overseas, like I think he was here in the States, and that's a good concept in Lebanon.
Yeah, he knows his stuff. He knows his stuff.
So how often do you train there? Like every day? That's your gym or that's the club team gym?
That's the team gym. Like we can go. We have different times where we go throughout the
Okay.
week.
Okay. Great, nice. And what about recovery? You do something at Miami Fitness Factory or?
Yeah, I do my Enorma Tech there. You can get in the ice tub there. And if anything hurt, and I go to the doctor.
Okay. What about ice tub? You like it?
No, I hate it.
It's a nightmare of every single athlete, man.
I mean,
Unless
I know you need it, but to this day, I still hate it. I hate
bro,
to be cold, though.
Bro, you lived in Washington, D.C., where everything is like nice and cold.
And I ain't been there. I haven't seen the winter there in so long.
All right. Now I know why you went to Lebanon overseas from there.
No more winters.
Right. Yeah, it's terrible there. Like in the winter. I was there. It was January, I think, and it was crazy.
It be freezing.
Yeah, it was freezing there. I was like, nah, I'm not.
When I went home for break. I was freezing.
Yeah. How often do you go back? Like to
it all depends on how the season go. Like if you get a national team break, if your coach lets you go, it all depends.
Okay. And usually they provide that package, like the fees of traveling within the contract, or it's out of pocket?
Yeah, it all depends on how your contract work. Now, you might can get an extra flight in your contract, but you have to get it in there. If you don't, you have to pay for your flights home and for break and stuff like that.
Okay. What about your last trip? Was it out of pocket or they covered that?
Oh, they covered that. Shout out to Guy, my guy.
To Guy. Yeah. You know, also, Guy, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you know, when the explosion happened in Lebanon on August 4th a couple of years ago, you remember that, right?
Yeah, I do.
I think he donated a lot of money to help people to build houses again and to recover. I remember really well, and he did like a donation for everyone. That was fantastic. And personally, my grandma got money from him, and she told me, you know, like Guy is giving out money for that. I'm like, wow, that's actually...
he's an amazing guy. He's a really amazing guy.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's actually a good point, you know?
Yeah, I love that guy.
I do remember him for that, beside basketball. All right, let's do some Q&As. Are you ready for that? All righty, let's start with the first question. So Fakhri77 is asking you, I think we already talked about that, but let's respond to this in a brief answer. What do you think about the Lebanese league? Has changed since the last time you played?
Yeah, it definitely changed since the last time I played. Like you might play against a team with 3 Americans and you got 2. Like, come on now, it's definitely different.
Right, now it's even. Okay, and Cook is good is asking you, did you regret joining Homentmen?
No, not at all.
Right. I mean,
not at all.
If Guy is the manager and the boss, I mean, you're in good hands, man.
For sure. I follow Guy wherever he goes.
Your favorite audience, I mean, they mean fans for you. Not in Lebanon, like all over the place.
Favorite fans. I have to give it to Ali Tripoli in Libya.
Oh, that's a big one.
They
just ditched
crazy.
You ditch all the Lebanese fans.
No, Lebanese fans are crazy. Like you got Sajaz fans go crazy, Rialdi fans go crazy, Ho go crazy. It go crazy in Orange Hill. Like it goes so crazy in Orange Hell. Our fans was banned, and we still packed out the gym with kids. Like that was crazy to me.
Nice. But why Libya are the
Like
craziest?
because the way they love basketball there and the way they pack the gym out, it's insane. Like fireworks, gunshots. They go crazy there for basketball in Libya. They really do.
Wow. Impressive. So we have two questions from the same person, which was Yeho910. He's asking you, why do you take very quick 3-point shots?
Why do I take very quick 3-point shots? I don't know what he mean by that.
I think he means like when you're on the 3-point, you just take the shot really quickly. I think you don't move the ball that much. From my understanding, I might be wrong.
I don't know. Maybe that's just what I do.
Okay.
I shoot threes.
All right. Yeah, that's a technical, personal question. That's your style. I mean, I don't know why he's asking this, but I respect his question, so I want to treat everyone equally. So, Sarkisian Lila is asking you, do you like basketball or football more? I think she means by American football, but do you watch it, American football?
I watch it a little bit, not as much. I definitely like basketball more. But yeah, I don't really watch American football that much for real. But if I'm home, it's a game on. Yeah, I might watch it, but I'm not pressed to go watch an American football game.
And do you like American football or soccer more?
American football over soccer for sure.
Okay. That's a good answer, man. Yeah, so a lot of people are asking you, why do you randomly shoot threes? Now I'm
That's what I
wondering.
do.
Yeah. All right. So that was a question from Carla asking you. So who's the best Lebanese player you're playing with right now, in your opinion, in the league? This is Rib Elios asking you.
Best Lebanese guy that I'm playing with right now, I have to give it to Jado
Okay. Yeah, Jad Khalil. He's a good player.
for sure. He's a killer.
Nice. Best team you played with, Haroon is asking you.
The best team,
Yeah, best team.
Homentmen when it was me and Fatty. The year we
You
only lost like a game or two in the whole year.
and you guys won the championship that time.
No, we actually lost to Riyadi.
Oh yeah, right.
We were winning
Yeah.
2-0 and then they beat us 4 games straight.
Dude, that's crazy how you can win the entire year and then
But
playoff you lose.
if Fatty don't get hurt that year, we win it for sure.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I need to win a Lebanese championship. I don't have one yet.
Ooh, yeah, that's should be on the list, man. You've been here
For
more than
sure.
any other Lebanese players.
For
So,
sure.
yeah,
Definitely
hopefully
on the
this
list.
this year with Homentmen. So someone is telling you come back to Muharrak. I think that was in Bahrain, like right?
Yeah.
How was
hmm
the experience there?
I loved it there. I played there 2 years. I lost 2 cups and 2 finals.
What's happening with the final, man? You're making it to the final and you're losing.
Can you answer it for me? I don't know, bro. I really don't know, bro. But like at least I'm getting there though. Like I know guys that ain't even been to a finals, but at least I'm getting there.
Right. Do you feel like playing in the final, you're just playing really well, but just being unlucky, or I don't know, something's happening every time you reach a final? Is it a mental thing or just like out of luck?
I don't know what the basketball guys doing, but I seem like every time I reach a final, one of my players get hurt or a player can't play. It's just always something. Like I don't know, but I still be close. Like Devin Ebanks beat me in Bahrain buzzer beater, final game. Like it's just crazy. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that's sports, man. Sometimes it's fair for people, and sometimes it's unlucky. Like there's a lot of big players that make it to the
One year
final.
we're playing Manama. We're playing Manama in the finals of the cup. We're winning. Then all of a sudden the floor gets to sweating and everybody gets to slipping all over the place. Now we're ice skating. It was crazy. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, like you don't expect that, and it happens.
Man, what?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Hopefully this year you'll make something with Homentmen, and if
For
you reach
sure.
if you reach the final, you're winning it this year. There's
Yeah,
no
if
way.
I if Ho Ho if we get to the finals, there's no way I'm going back to America without a championship. No way.
That's it, man. Lock
No
it
way.
there.
Yeah, it's already in the woodworks now.
Do what you gotta do. Eat some good roaster food prior. Sleep well. Do whatever you gotta do, man. Just win it.
For sure.
Yeah. So if you win it, they give you bonus, right? They give you more money.
Oh, big bonus.
Here we go. So now you have a money motivation in it.
Oh, for sure. I always got the money motivation in there.
Right. That's a great point.
I
Well,
lost out on so much money not winning the finals.
yeah. Just think about it like this. That will increase motivation.
For sure.
DJ, what do you give like any advice for any young kids that they want to make it to the next level and overseas or in Lebanon, whoever's watching this on YouTube or listening to it on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or Google, any podcast, what's the first thing you can tell someone who wants to make it to the next level?
I say stay true to yourself and you have to work on your craft. Just because God gave you the gift and you think you have the ability to go do something, you still have to work on it to become better. So make sure you work on your game. Don't wait until the season or your coaches come around for you to pick up a basketball. You have to do it even when you don't want to do it.
That's a great tip, man. Keep pushing. All right, DJ, just every episode I like to do like a giveaway, as you mentioned and as you know. And for this one, we're giving a jersey from the one and only DJ, whoever subscribe, like, and comment to this video on YouTube.
Signed jersey.
Signed jersey too. Nice. Okay. I love that. So I want to hear it from you. If you can talk to the camera, which is on your left, I think, and just tell about the giveaway, and then we're all set for today.
For sure, for sure. This is Dwayne Jackson checking in. Make sure you like, subscribe to the page, and we're doing a special giveaway. I'm going to do a special giveaway for the subscribers. If you subscribe, he's going to pick someone, and we're going to give a signed jersey from Dwayne Jackson to you. So make sure you subscribe and like.
Great, man. I appreciate it so much, and it was great talking to you.
You too,
It wasn't
bro.
too
Thanks
long.
for having me.
Absolutely, man. I know you're a busy guy, and you have a season, and hopefully I see you win soon with Homentmen. So thank you again for being here, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, bro.